Elon Musk has always, both raised caution and sort of pushed the boundaries of AI forward in his work. So he's, spoken out a number of times about how we should be careful. He even said that he could potentially launch a ChatGPT competitor at some point. So I guess I'm not surprised to hear the concerns, but in this case, again, I think for Tesla in particular, the opportunity is really in robotaxi. And we're actually seeing early signs that autonomous driving is already safer than humans. So at Tesla's Investor Day, they released the accident rate per million miles driven in the full self-driving beta software for the first time. If you adjust that rate for city streets, because up until the most recent release, that's really where the FSD beta software worked, is on city streets. It would suggest that a Tesla in FSD is roughly 5 times safer than a Tesla driven by a human. So again, I think this is a company that has both the data set and the capability to prove to regulators that this technology is safer. Now, will it be regulated? Yes. But I think that cities and regulators should all be on board for this technology, because we think it'll be 80% safer than a human. And again, we're already seeing the early signs of that with the assisted driving technologies.
When do you think the market will realize the value in all of this, Tasha?
So I think over the next 5 years, we should actually be publishing an updated Tesla price target very soon. But if you look at our 2026 forecast, it would suggest that Tesla's price could top, $1,000 per share by 2026. So that's up from roughly 200 today. So again, I think, autonomous driving as a whole could be a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity over the next 5 years. So even, getting a small share of that market would be extremely meaningful for a player like Tesla. And we really see them as in the lead here.
Do you think that they can capture the mass market as well with their price points, with the autonomous products that they roll out? And also, just a quick take on the backlash that this whole AI drive is seeing right now.
I'm so glad you asked about price points, because that's actually the most exciting piece of this technology. The reason that autonomous driving will be so innovative is because it's lowering the price per mile to get around. So right now, on average, the cost to drive a personal car in the US is about 70 cents per mile. We think the price of an autonomous taxi at scale could be as low as 25 cents per mile, although there'll be support for higher price points. So that would suggest that all over the globe, including places like China, where ride-hail's already pretty inexpensive, autonomous travel should be cheaper. It should open the market to people who are not in the ride-hail space today, to consumers that are not in the ride-hail space today. And it'll completely change how we get around, how we receive our goods. It'll change everything. So, again, I think there's always going to be worry and concern over AI. In the case of autonomous driving, I really think that price will be the major determinant of demand. And again, we're already seeing that this technology is safer. It's not perfect, but I think it'll be safer than a human. There will still be crashes, but I think there'll be fewer accidents than we see today.